Welcome to Extra Minutes, the official podcast of West Texas FC. Sponsored by Case Corporate.
All right, welcome to episode 4 of Extra Minutes, the official West Texas FC podcast. I am here with my compatriot, Adam Reed, and I am Luke McDonald. We are sitting here in Tall City Brewing Company, the main kit sponsor, enjoying some Tall City beers, and we got some of the West Texas FC Permian Pilsner here in front of us that will be enjoyed at a later date. And today we're talking about our first home game. So first, Adam, it was our first chance to have a game with all the fans present. We were filming the game, but we were certainly part of the festivities too. Kind of, what was the vibe like for you?
Yeah, I mean, from the very beginning, we were fortunate to be there early, and so
Happy hour time.
Yeah, we were able to kind of get our gear set up for the live broadcast, and then we walked down the stands, went outside, and immediately it was a party. You had
Texas Tapco was there.
Yeah, Texas Tapco serving out beers left and right, and you had great food truck out there.
DJ was rocking the a lot of 90s hip hop, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable music. Kids were running all over the place with some little souvenir balls that were handed out, and I mean, it was a great, fun atmosphere from the beginning. A lot of people, and everyone was ready to get in the gates. And finally, when they let people get in the gates, people jumped to the merch. They had jerseys, shirts.
There were jerseys
hats
everywhere.
Yeah. And so everyone got their seats, and man, it was a fun crowd. There was smoke bombs ready to go for goals. There was yelling and cheering, and I mean, I saw babies all the way to some elderly people. I mean, it was everything, and just a fun, family-friendly atmosphere to enjoy a game on a very nice evening.
Oh my gosh, the weather was like what we dream of in West Texas, right? Like, if you're going to be outside, because it's so hard when it's beautiful outside, sometimes it's really hot, right?
Yeah.
That game, it was overcast the whole evening. Probably 60s, 70s, the whole game.
Yeah.
A little bit of a breeze coming in. But yeah, it was, what an atmosphere. And it was so encouraging too, because, last season, our very first season, it took a while for people to realize that it's happening. So there was a break-in period where it was every game you had more and more people, because everyone would blast out on social media or whatever and be like, hey, you guys need to come to this. It's so much fun. It's kind of this smaller group of people that are all really passionate and really ready to have fun. And so it was exciting that the first home game of the season was almost like it picked up exactly where we left off. Great crowd. Everybody was into it. Everybody was there for the game. Everyone was there just to have a good time.
Yeah.
And luckily the team showed up. We were a little nervous because our last game, we didn't play as well as in our first game, and you and I talked on the last episode about just what's the response going to be like. So what kind of response did you see from the team?
Yeah, I mean, like you said in the last podcast about Coach lighting a fire, I don't know what he lit, but it was there.
Yeah.
And I mean, from the beginning, it really almost felt like a little bit what I was so complimentary. I can't say that word. What I was so compy of Denton last week was their ability to control the ball, pass, and it seemed deliberate and, I mean, really clinical. Yeah. I mean, it was clear, okay, these guys have played together. And then fast forward to this game, and it almost felt like that was us all of a sudden. We anticipated well. We held the ball purposefully. We didn't it didn't feel like there was any move where I was like, what are you doing?
Right.
It was very controlled, and some of those passes we made were just gorgeous and set the man up perfectly to just open the floodgates with some goals.
Right. Yeah, and it was kind of Lubbock 2.0, right? Like, because we talked about from the last game, the Denton game, like, man, Denton looked so good. And it was hard to tell, like, did we lose that game or did Denton just, are they that good? And there might have been a little bit of both, you know, but it felt like we just kind of put that one behind us and said, you know what, we know the football we can play, and that's what we want to do in this game. And what's funny is you look at the score line. I don't think the score line tells how the game actually went.
Not at all.
Like that's a 3-0 performance, and it was two really unfortunate circumstances that led to those 2 goals.
Those high danger opportunities. Long throw comes in, looking for Ethan Roberts as he battles with Everidge. Roberts, Sekanina out of his net, but the ball comes in and it's in the back of the net. Austin United. Initial pass that would have been blocked came out of the box and played one to Williams. That's a veteran play there from the German goalkeeper. Sekanina has some experience playing in Austria as the ball gets curled in and thrown to the box, and that's a goal for Austin United.
I feel so bad for the keeper, Sekanina. He played so well the whole game.
Yeah.
And it was the first goal, you know, he had the defender kind of left him hanging a little bit, and he like just completely courageously ran at the ball, slid, kicked it to clear it. Unfortunately, it fell right at the feet of a Austin United player who chipped it in the goal, and it was just like, that didn't deserve to be a goal.
Yeah.
Like, and it wasn't, it was just an unfortunate circumstance, right? Like, they didn't get that goal. We kind of gave it to them, and it's not because anybody, like, made a huge error. The second goal that Austin scored was kind of a similar situation where Sekanina just slipped. And, man, that happens, right?
Yeah.
Which is just so unfortunate because, again, that doesn't do justice to how well he played in that game. And that's a shame. But all that being said, we still pulled out the win. It was a little bit of a nail-biter there at the end just because we kind of let them back in. But I thought the team played just extraordinary. And, man, some of the plays, there were a few, like Naidu had one section of the game where he dribbled past. It felt like the whole team.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it was like Messi Barcelona-looking stuff.
Yeah.
And we were sitting next to Brandon, who was commentating, and the commentary on that, I hope we have that saved because it was just, like, unbelievable. Like, you're watching it going like, how? How is that ball still at this guy's feet?
Diagonal ball out wide, knocked down by Naidu. As he advances forward with speed through the midfield. Naidu dribbles around 4 defenders and is able to go out wide. Wow, impressive dribbling there from Ryan Naidu. The rush continues for West Texas FC, top of the box. Right foot goes over the crossbar.
Like, you're watching it going like, how? How is that ball still at this guy's feet? But, man, we have so many, and Correa had a killer game. I mean, just, we had so many guys out there who played so well, and it was exciting. Like, and for the first home game, the team really showed up and showed the crowd why we show up. Right? It gave us a reason to come to the next game and be super excited about the team that we are lucky enough to call our team. Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, we're used to in Midland having the Rockhounds, and you know, I've gone to those games since I was a little kid with my granddad, and we've done well and competed well as that team. But you know, when I heard we're starting again with a new soccer team, and I'm like, okay, who are we playing? Oh, Denton, Fort Worth, Austin. I'm like, we can't compete.
Yeah.
And that's not true at all. We show up, and not only do we compete, you know, we've kicked some ass this season.
We're like at the top of the table, right? So if we talk a bit about kind of where the league's at, right? Because it is a short league. Everyone has played a different number of games. And if you look on the NPSL website, it has us right now tied for third on points. Now, it's a bit misleading because the way that they add up the points, they actually take an average. So they take how many games have you played, how many total points do you have, what's your average of points per game, right?
And how do you get points? Just for
that's a good point. So and this is pretty much soccer wide. So a win gets you 3 points, a draw or a tie gets you 1 point, and a loss gets you no points. And so every league on the planet does things that way. So it's not like some sports in America where you have more of like a tournament, you lose, you're out kind of thing. There are those in soccer, so like the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup or the Champions League, World Cup, like those are tournament style. So it's like if you have a bad day, you might be out of the tournament. But the point system, what's nice about it is the best team usually wins by points because it's about consistency, right? It's not about did you show up this one day. It's about how did you play over the course of the whole season.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're looking at is points. And the top kind of teams within the league will then go on into the playoffs, and the playoffs are a more, you lose, you're out of the tournament kind of situation. So any MLS fans, MLS does both. So MLS has a trophy for who wins on points at the end of the season, and then the top X number of teams, I can't remember offhand exactly how many it is out of each division, they go into a tournament style, and then whoever wins that tournament also gets a cup. So that's kind of the way it works. So that's how the points work. And right now we are tied for points with Brownsville for third place. Second place is the Laredo Heat, who are having a really good season, and first place, no surprise whatsoever, is Denton.
No,
they
they're
are
good.
just crushing it.
Yeah.
I mean, they are like the team. When we were like, "Whoa, this Denton team, they look really, really good."
Yeah.
Turns out it's because they're really, really good.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where everything sits.
Yeah, so it's exciting. Like you mentioned earlier, all it can take is one little slip in a game of soccer for you to lose a goal, lose a game. But the great thing is, again, soccer rewards consistency, and so far we've been pretty consistent. We've won 2 games. We've scored 6 goals in those 2 games that we've won, which is really great. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we had a game where we hit a wall. We learned a lot about ourselves.
And played the best team in the league currently.
Absolutely. And if you're going to take a game to fall on your face and learn some lessons, might as well do it against the leader so that you can turn around and take it out on everybody else.
Yeah, and here's what's crazy. So for our upcoming games, right? So we've got a real quick turnaround this week. So this week we've got Thursday, we play Brownsville, right? Last year's champion. And this year we're tied. They've had 3 games, we've had 3 games. They've had 2 wins, 1 loss. We've had 2 wins, 1 loss. Both losses against the same Denton team. Okay, so this game is going to be it's going to be intense. And then just a couple days later, we play the Laredo Heat, who are currently in second place. So this week may be the most important week of our season.
Yeah, we'll learn a whole lot about our
And
team
Saturday, we're lucky enough to be able to watch the game here at Tall City.
Yeah.
And so everyone needs to come out and watch that game on Saturday.
I hate to interrupt the podcast, but we just got breaking news. The next 2 away games, we will be hosting watch parties at Tall City Brewery. So come thirsty and come ready to cheer on your favorite team.
Yeah, and so again, make sure that you come out to these watch parties. Again, it's a lot of fun. I guarantee if you show up, you'll have some good food, you'll have some good beer, you'll have a good time.
Meet some awesome people.
Yeah.
Have a blast.
I mean, again, how often do you get to go and mix it up with the owners while you're watching the game and stuff? And it's a lot of fun. Yep. Buffalo Joe's has been great. We love having it out there. Mm-hmm. And then Tall City, if you haven't been, then you're really missing out because it's awesome. Got great food trucks out. There's currently a line of like 20 people at that one. Great
that
beer.
Food truck's legit too.
Yeah. So make sure and show up early. Stay late. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll be recording our next podcast Saturday night after the game and everything. So yeah, come out and enjoy the game with us. And hopefully, I think if we keep playing the way we've been playing, what we showed this past week, and kind of just tightened a couple of screws, some loose ends, I think we are a force to reckon with.
Oh, totally. And it's shaping up to be kind of like it was last season, where it's really going to come down to the wire if we're playing the way that we're playing and can continue that. And I have every reason to believe that we will, just based on our team's mentality, our coach's mentality. I love the way we play. And again, that was a 3-0 win.
Yeah.
That it just was. Like, I know they scored 2, whatever.
Yeah.
And they didn't earn those 2.
Yeah.
Sorry, Austin United fans, but it was just so much fun. So hopefully we get a good turnout on Thursday and Saturday, because it will be the games that define the rest of the season for us. So I'm anxious to see. Either we'll be drinking some more Tall City beer, partying and celebration, or we'll be mournful, but luckily Tall City will be there for us either way.
Absolutely.
All right, here's to the great week.
Yeah, and another win.
Near side.
That's right.
Another cross out wide, and a volley comes into the box, still loose. Kareem Williams, and it's in for West Texas FC.
That's West Texas FC.
That's going to be Kareem Williams with the goal. Just his 3rd game of the season. And again, relentless off. The only thing I'm noticing for Austin there, they play the long ball well and just unable to get opportunities on the rush. As here comes E04 into the box, around a defender. Shot comes in and it's a goal! What a strike from the West Texas FC midfielder! That was actually Olivier Correa, the captain, on the goal. That's his 2nd of the season. That now leads the squad. Surveys his options. It's going to be a diagonal ball to the far wing. Racing after, it's Nadeau. Brian Nadeau sizes up his defender. Left foot, cross the top of the box, goes across to Marquez, receives on his left, goes to his right, Marquez! West Texas FC 3, Austin United 1. That's Antoine Marquez's first goal